Good morning and welcome to episode 1139 of Hard Factor. It is Monday, February 6th, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. Today, I've got the Chinese spy balloon, the conclusion to the Dallas Zoo fiasco, and much more in the coffee. But most importantly, Mark was making the signals to me as I was screaming the good morning. Wes, are your hands okay? Are your hands okay?
Jazz hands.
My hands are good.
People are just concerned. They want to make sure.
Thank you.
Fingers
I appreciate
are fluttering.
the concern. Yeah.
What's a hand doctor called? Foot doctor's a podiatrist.
Optometrist?
No, that's eyes.
Manometrist.
Latin word for hand.
Like mano.
That's a good thought. It's a good thought. Hand doctor.
Petty is podiatrist.
Isn't there a
It's
hand
all
foot
maniatrist. Romance.
podiatrist? Yeah, that's
It's a maniatrist.
Well, that would make
speaking
sense.
Speaking of
What do you
Wes
call
and
a
his
hand
hands,
doctor?
I was so close. Wes in his hands, he has a sushi controversy in Japan and some Russian on Ukrainian hate in the States on deck.
Yes, that is correct, Will.
Okay.
Yes, that
An
is
accurate.
orthopedic hand specialist. What a fucking lame title.
Oh, that's it? They don't get a special title? Like
no.
Well-
There's not like an opposite of a podiatrist. At least my cursory Google.
hand-atrition?
You look.
Yeah, no.
You tell the ladies you're a hand doctor and you're going to be doing okay. You know.
It's true.
It's true. It's a very delicate. It's Doctor Strange. Well, no, he was a surgeon, but then his hands got destroyed. Mark's got a creep from down under in the hole.
I do. This guy's pretty strange. Well, is it a guy? We'll find out.
Oh, wow. Could be a lady. And then Pat's got an unusual dog attack in Canada to wrap this one up.
Yeah, I'd say that. It's pretty complex, and it's a hot topic. You're going to want to stay till the end to hear this one.
Pitbull.
Could have been.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
wow.
a
We
yes.
don't know the breed yet.
That's a yes.
Well, there were so many. I counted 4 of the 6 breeds, but there's 2 mystery breeds. I don't know.
Okay.
Wow. That's intriguing. That is intriguing. My appetite is wet for that story, Pat. And congrats to Mama C and her team, the Consenting Canines, for winning this last round of trivia. Some dirty dogs on that team, obviously.
What a name.
Yeah. And so patreon.com/heartfactor to send in the car and join us for the next one of those. Plus Hive Hour, Florida Man Friday weekly podcast, and our official Hard Factor group chat in the Discord server. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Pods if you want to hear it on Friday. Store.hardfactor.com for the best Macho Man tees on planet Earth, plus all the Hard Factor merch your heart could desire. How's everybody doing okay? Anything else we want to talk about for
It was a great way to start the weekend, the trivia night. Shout out to my team. I think I owe Colin 8 of the 10 digits of my phone number because I promised him I knew the final answer and I didn't. And he wanted my phone number, and I said to give him 8 out of 10, so he would have to try different combinations to find.
He's going to
Like
figure
an
it out.
anagram.
Wait, at 8 out of 10 out of order or in order?
No, in order.
Oh, okay. Well, that's out of order would have been a real mind.
No, out of order. There's no point. In order, he's just gonna have to bother like 20 people before he
Right.
gets
That's
to me.
still difficult, yeah.
Cool. You better change your answer machine to.
I know.
Just nothing.
This is Steve.
Yeah.
They're like,
To the IRS.
Nice. Everybody have a good weekend? Good weekend? You guys doing good?
I did. How about you,
Yeah. Pretty good.
Pat?
Pretty good.
Huge weekend, man. Absolutely massive.
Massive.
Nothing to
Toddler
report.
and a pregnant wife over here, so massive. as well.
38-year-old men.
Might as well
wouldn't
rip
be
off the
able-
Band-Aid.
you wouldn't
We
believe
do
it.
the show live, so everyone should join us. It looks like a lot of people are, which is awesome. Sunday through Thursday, 7:15 Eastern time. You know, do the math with time zones.
Right.
But next Sunday is the Super Bowl, so we're not going to go during the Super Bowl. We're going to have
We'll
to
go a
figure
little
it out.
early.
Yeah.
Pre-Super Bowl.
Right, we're going to have to go live early, yeah.
That'll release normal time. Next.
Perfect.
Yeah. For sure, because we're going to watch the Super Bowl.
Perfect.
Spoiler alert.
Most likely.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Hopefully. Maybe not the dads of the young ones. Maybe. We'll see. We'll find out, right? Just like the news today. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Ready to do it?
All right, cup of coffee in the big times up first.
Yeah, cup of coffee in the big time.
Fun facts and jokes of the day up before the trending news in this cup of coffee, but also a fact check today from both Pepper and Philippe, 2 professional shark fishermen and avid listeners of Hard Factor. Let me know that you actually cannot kill and eat a great white in the USA, protected by the EPA or some type of bullshit. And so hopefully nobody did that over the weekend on my statement that it's legal. But I'd like to exclaim again that this show is not legal, financial, or medical advice. I cannot emphasize
I think
that enough.
you meant to say, Will, you may not kill a great white and eat it because it's against the law. It's not that you can't. You can.
You
just
could.
gotta,
It's a dare.
Illegal, though.
you just got to do it on the sly.
Pussy. You can't do it,
Right.
pussy.
I was thinking it was a legal gray area. I was informed, no, legal black and white. Can't do
I mean,
that
I feel
in
like
the
though
United
you could always say like it was coming right for me, right? I mean, like it's a fucking great white shark. Like,
Defense,
That's a good point,
self-defense.
Pat.
wait, why'd you kill the great white shark? Well, it's an apex predator, and it was near me.
Well, they
was
used to
gonna
have
eat
those
me
giant,
whole.
those black. When you look at the black and white photos, there's guys that used to just hunt to kill these things, for pride, for sport, and they got the giant 18-foot great whites hanging from the fucking docks, and
I don't know if that was. I think it was a retribution kill. You really needed a great white to swallow a child, and then it's open season.
I think back in the day it was open season all the time.
Open season for sure. Also, they were telling me that there's a special preparation of the shark that makes it so it's not like the best commercial fish. Anyways, that's why it's so whatever. Moving on to the fun fact of the day from Nat Dog. Memezar on Instagram claims this about the Guinness Book of World Records, that the world's longest kiss was done in 2013. It was just over 58 hours long. It belongs to Eka Chai and Laksana Tiranarat, a married couple, I believe. 58 hours, 35 minutes, 58 seconds. Could you kiss your girlfriend for that long?
It looks like a smelly kiss, so no.
Eyes open too.
The smell.
Both their eyes are just open.
Oh, there's some burping going on after a couple hours, and it's disgusting. It's like,
You
No,
want
the
some
mouth-
breasts.
no.
That's going to end your
No.
relationship.
No.
No way you're continuing your relationship after that.
did
Right.
someone
A
do
lot
it
of
for
jokes.
did someone do it for 57 hours? Did they have to go for 58?
No, I think they smashed the previous record.
Okay, yeah,
Like,
they probably should have stopped earlier.
well, they were just showing their love, how much
Yeah.
they love each other.
I mean, have you ever
Tirana
kissed
rats.
while taking a dump? Because ultimately that's what happened here.
No. Never.
you bring up a good point, Pat.
I mean, think about
They
that.
had to hold in the dumps for 50 because there's no way they took a dump. They had to hold it in for the 58 hours.
What do you mean?
yeah.
Why?
You could pee, but you couldn't dump.
Well, either
Why-
they
why?
either they did or they didn't, and then they had horrific dumps right afterwards.
I think they took turns and did a swivel while they're still connected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they made out while taking a shit.
yeah, but they had to see, people had to witness it probably for the Guinness Book.
How did they stay awake for 58 hours?
It's
Or could they
impressive, right?
I don't- okay.
Yeah, I mean,
don't-
I'd like to know if you could have like an assisting device, right? Like some sort of resistance band that keeps your heads together in the event that you did want to snooze, right?
They're wiping
Yeah.
each other's asses from shits with Adderall suppositories, just shoving them up there.
Yeah,
Yaba.
you'd need assistance.
We should get those people on the show.
As you
Yeah.
point out. Yeah, we really should. 2013. It's been a while, but anyways, blast from the past. Fun fact on that one. All right, last up, joke of the day here from Tom M. Thank you, Tom. And he says, "What do you call a black guy in space?" At Hard Factor West told me this one, so thank
Oh,
you,
boy.
Tom, for carrying on Black History Month. And you guys know.
Notice my Diana Ross shirt today, celebrating Black History.
I know the
Very well.
answer. I won't spoil it.
Yeah, my jaw hit the floor when this popped up in my notifications,
Yeah. Do you know that? Do you have a guess?
and then I had to go check it.
We all
I
know the
know.
answer. We checked it.
So you know the answer. Okay. And the answer is an astronaut, you racist bastards. So thank you, Tom and Wes, for continuing.
I don't remember
Black
telling
History
him that
Month.
one, but I have told something similar in the past.
Really
Yes,
appreciate
that's-
you
It's a
guys.
great joke.
Yeah. You guys are carrying the torch this month. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And speaking of listeners carrying the torch, our first trending news topic to discuss today is the Chinese spy balloon. Of course, fellas, obviously it was going nuts over the weekend. And thanks to all of our listeners currently or formerly in the military who are all over the DMs and Discord chat just explaining what the fuck was going on, because the situation is not that serious from what I can gather. It's just a balloon that we, for some reason, decided to let float through American airspace.
There's
for
something
several
more to
days.
this, Willie. There's something more to this.
Yeah,
It
maybe
it
so.
It inspired me to watch Top Gun Maverick again, and boy, was that a good idea. So
I want you guys to think about this critically.
Mm-hmm.
The message that they gave us initially was, yeah, there's a Chinese spy balloon, but the reason we're not shooting it down is because we don't want to potentially risk the debris hurting anyone as it floats over the state of Montana.
Montana.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
that
just
was
saying,
on
man.
Wednesday.
There's like
Yeah.
3
just
people in
saying-
that state. Yeah.
No one's in fucking Montana.
No.
Bro.
Well, there was enough
It's-
people to film it in Billings. Like there was a guy, like, cause anyways.
That's bullshit, Will. They were feeding us a lot of BS right there.
I think that it was there's a lot of information cover up, but I think it might just be like people being embarrassed of the decisions. We'll get to that. But what happened was,
So how did
an
it get here? What is it? Yeah.
Right.
The
Well,
air.
yeah, I'll explain.
Yeah.
The air for sure.
The
It's
air.
a balloon in the air from China, right?
Floated, yeah.
Yeah, floated. What, as Wes said, it floated.
Oh, it floated up.
Yeah, balloon. Classic balloon stuff there. So what happened was an F-22 fighter jet American took out this Chinese spy balloon, or what China's claiming is like just a science balloon or whatever. Americans
Hello.
saying Chinese spy balloon, right? On Saturday, February the 4th, with a Sidewinder missile inside American airspace over the Atlantic Ocean. So it already gone all the way over the country from Montana all the way through to the Atlantic Ocean. On the South Carolina coast. And of course, before we go any further at all, let's watch the videos of this awesome detonation of the balloon. And first up from South Carolina, Barstool, Coastal Carolina. Some of our listeners sent us this from this account. They posted this.
Oh my god, they shot it down. Holy shit. Oh my god.
They saw it live.
The fucking balloon.
Man, there's not much better than being at Coastal Carolina on a day drinking thing and watching that fucking balloon get shot down. That's one of the coolest moments of your life right there.
Yeah, on a Saturday.
Cold War
That is
military action about
that is cool as shit, dude. No,
Yeah.
college kids at Coastal Carolina, that's badass. Yeah.
That was the best party Saturday ever for Coastal
That's so cool.
Carolina.
Yeah.
So that's
Everyone
amazing.
got laid. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the close up, which is fucking even more badass. Check this out. And so you saw it. That was the missile that just took that thing out. And what it was that big ass balloon, and it had like a satellite type looking thing that it was just floating with.
It was
underneath
it was solar panels. A lot of that.
solar panels. Yeah.
I mean, I like that they used a Sidewinder, but like honestly, you could have done it with a slingshot. I mean, like it's a little bit
Right.
overkill,
It's just
right?
tearing through like
What
the
were they doing?
nylon.
Were
of the
they
balloon,
were they
but-
trying to look like
They're-
the moon? Because there's a lot of the videos are like there's
I
two
think
moons.
so, Mark.
Were they trying to
so.
like be like they won't know that it's a moon? You know, like
They'll be easily mistaken. It's so sneaky. Yeah. Well, also it was flying at an altitude of 60,000 to 65,000 feet. So
Okay.
that's the F-22 that took it out was at 58,000 feet.
That's high.
And for perspective, commercial airliners fly at 35,000 feet, and so that's like it was way above commercial airliners getting all of that on image. And then also for perspective, your TikTok app. It spies on you on behalf of the Chinese government from a distance of inside your hands already.
Yeah,
So
from what is
that
this?
also helps keep this
From
one
1.5 feet.
in perspective, right?
So they were saying that these things are all like these things happen all the time. It's just that someone brought it to the news's attention this time, which is why they had to deal with it. But these things go
Right.
unscathed around the United States all the time. Is what
And
I'm
we
I'm
do
hearing.
reconnaissance
purpose
on
of it?
everybody in the world.
Right.
So
Yeah, is the idea of a balloon you just
Including ourselves,
like
probably.
throw it
Yeah.
you throw it the fuck up there and it's like the lottery on who you get to spy on, because like does this thing have propulsion?
No, they
You know
can
what I mean?
control it.
they
I
can
believe.
probably help to control it, but also think about satellites. There's so many satellites that
what are
Earth
they-
Come
looks
on,
like it's
Arizona
cluttered.
State. Come on, Arizona State.
Yeah, what were they spying on Saturday? A bunch of Coastal Carolina kids? Like what? Like
They probably had a sweet view of Myrtle Beach right before it went
Right?
boom.
Right. No. Yeah. No. I mean, so we'll get to what they were spying on.
I
at
guess
the end.
military caches, bases, and stuff. Whatever.
Well, that's what they were looking at in Montana was the
Yeah.
nuclear missile silos.
Sure, exactly.
Right. They
But
said
you
it was
got-
hovering near the
drop
nuclear
that-
missiles.
Drop that fucking balloon as soon as you see that shit. I just don't understand, man. I
Right.
don't
So
get
Pat,
it.
that's it. This is what the
Self-destructed.
kerfuffle. This is what people are upset about. The U.S. military first detected the balloon on January 28th when it entered American airspace near Alaska's Aleutian Island. So they had seen it all the way from Alaska.
Pretty
the very
dangerous
tip
place
of
to shoot it
America.
down there, right? You know?
Right. So the balloon cruised from Alaska into Canada, crossed back into the United States over Idaho, and then it continued all the way to the Atlantic Ocean. President Biden ordered it to be, quote unquote, safely destroyed, I guess, on Wednesday when it was over Montana. But, people were like, oh, the debris or whatever, you got to let it go to the ocean.
I have an idea. So this obviously has been happening. It's going to happen again. We need a military branch, a team of like like kind of like the Colonel Pups, a bunch of gay dudes just get underneath and jerk off. Just a bunch of dudes jerking off. So they only get a view of like a bunch of
like
dudes,
a live meat spin
dicks. Yeah, like a meat spin, and everyone's just spinning their meat
in a field.
Yeah,
That's a good idea, Mark.
Yeah.
Like
That's
a
a good
crop
idea.
circle.
and then
of meat
everyone
spin
with
dudes.
monitoring. It's like, oh no.
That's a
orgy.
different spin on the pup ravage
Chinese
memes
hate gays.
that I'd seen.
Yeah, they
about
hate it.
this. Yeah.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Russians hate gays. Chinese hate gays. They're not going to like it.
It's true. The pup ravage memes that I see going around the internet so far are about how he's more concerned living the pup life than keeping the airspace clean.
Fair, but we can pay them to just go out there and jerk off in front of this thing.
I
don't gotta
agree.
pay 'em.
I think that's a great spin on it. Yeah,
We have the budget. Yeah.
We can just tell them where to go.
Yeah,
we
just
got
tell
a
'em where to
pizza
go.
or anything.
Buying
Right.
pizza.
On
We
keg and
can't
tell 'em
keep
where
the
to go.
balloon out, but as Wes says,
Keg. It's a jerk off in a field party despite the Chinese.
as Wes says, this stuff happens all the time. This thing fell about 6 miles off the coast of South Carolina as it stands. And the memes are the only other good part of this story. That's what the controversy is over where it should have been shot down. Many, including Pat and also myself, feel like the Aleutian Islands in Alaska probably would have been a better choice than letting it go all the way
Right.
over. A lot unnamed sources are saying they wanted to study it as it flew over America, but I think that
Here's
might
the easy
just
way
be-
to study it. Find it in a Montana field.
Yeah. Take the chip out. I think there's also
Alaska
probably
would have
a
been the
few-
spot. I mean,
I don't think the science works out, but I think a few people are worried maybe it has some sort of chemical warfare, COVID type
Right.
thing.
Well, it's chemtrails, Mark.
I don't
so
think
now we're all
at that-
infected.
right.
It activated our
shoot it
nanochips
over the water,
inside of the vaccine,
Right,
and
right.
that's what it was doing. And so now the nanochips are activated. So, whoops, all of
Game
us took the
over.
vaccine. It's over. Game over.
Game over on monetizing this episode on Facebook after
Yep,
the
it's over. So sorry I even
After
said
Will
any of
said
that, but I mean it was serious. It's serious stuff. By that's a joke. As I said, this is non-binding at the top. Please stop, everybody. Stop. I got COVID tagged again last week just for posting a thing about Nicki Minaj's cousin's giant balls.
Oh yeah. Wow.
It's unbelievable. This COVID misinfo stuff. Okay, right. So like I said, the only good part about this is the memes. This story. And here's the first one. It's Xi. He's inside the Up House. And he's looking at
That's an
America.
incredible one,
He's
yeah.
this President Xi.
I love
Emperor
that.
for life Xi in the Up House, and that's him. That's him in the thing. Then there's Chinese spy balloon just sent back its first pics from the United States, and it's a classic one of the fat couple throwing the beer bottle at the drone. When it's going over their yard.
That's awesome.
I mean, it definitely got shot out. There's no way. I mean, it flew over some pretty patriotic states.
Well, yeah, but it's 60,000 feet in the air. Nobody can hit it with a bullet.
I mean, bro, these guys are patriots, not scientists.
I think I can though.
I got it. I think I got it.
I think I hit it.
I nicked it.
Yeah, I think I got it.
One more shot. Hold on.
Follow your shot.
Stay inside, honey.
And then a classic spin on the old bedtime rhyme. Good night table, good night moon, good night Chinese spy balloon. Beautiful. Because it's like
Pretty
a
good.
second moon.
How big was this thing?
3 school buses big, Wes.
Okay.
Humongous.
That's a terrible analogy, bro. Like,
It is,
give me
'cause
something
it's not
that's,
round.
that's spherical. We're like what, give us something better than that,
That's the
scientist.
best I saw.
Yeah. 3 school buses big.
It's,
What?
it's 2.5 giraffes. Measure it in giraffes.
My brain's not smart enough to convert school buses into something
No one's
else,
is,
right?
Will. Like, give us something better. It's not your job, Will.
It's like
Right, so now we have, like Mark said, we have giraffes and school buses. That's how we
Yeah.
measure stuff now. Because
yeah.
it makes no sense.
Oh, it makes sense. Remember they do the sharks and the whales with the school buses. A blue whale is 28 school buses. it's giraffe measurements. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
The height is always giraffe.
Yeah.
The mass is always the school buses. All right. Other trending. Anything else, guys, on the spy balloon? Any other
Just
thoughts before we move
just
on?
that F-22 is fucking sick, bro.
Yes,
the F-
that's my main takeaway too. Was that was
The
it was
F-22
really
plane.
sick.
Top
is-
Gun Maverick on rewatch it's like my new Armageddon. Like on the weekends, like it's so good. It's just so
Was
good.
it? Yeah. It's nominated
good.
for an Oscar. Look at that thing, man.
Oh yeah, looks nice. So slick.
Is that Gen 4, Gen 5? What is that?
I don't know. It's the first result on Google, Mark.
I'm just saying, what do you have? F14, F18? What generation are we talking about? Because the bad guys have the Gen 5s. I don't know if
Okay.
we're
I
Gen
didn't
4
see
or Gen
Top Gun
5.
2, bro.
Yeah, no worries.
okay.
No worries.
But we have
I
the
didn't like
pilots
it.
though. You've seen Top Gun. We have the pilots.
It's not
Okay?
the plane, it's the man.
They were forged through the
what they say.
crucible of Top Gun. So, yeah. No, for real. Actually, yeah. Shout out all our military listeners.
Those are
that said at the top of
5th-generation
that one.
planes, F-22s, according to the chat.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, other trends before we hit the cream, fellas. Sports, Leeds United, our football club. The fans... Sorry, I'm still a little sick. The fans over in England lost their minds after losing to Nottingham Forest over the weekend. So much so that they made the trending news. And I'm going to play you a couple of clips. And, we're better than this. As
That's an
Leeds
EPL
fans,
team.
but-
That's like a pro.
Yeah, it's
Bro.
Robin Hood.
So there's a Leeds fan just getting throttled by police in the bushes. And then there's this guy. Now, take a look at him. So this
Andrew
guy...
Parker?
No. I don't think it's Andrew Parker. Listener Andrew Parker, shout out in Leeds. This guy right here. Now, I think that I may have spotted him in a different video online, but he said this guy might be the ringleader. He's just like he looks like he could be a member of the Hard Factor podcast. Really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's got
Man.
green tipped shoes, like neon tipped shoes.
No, I think
No,
there's
that's a-
something
that's a
in,
trash-
That's a Newport. That's a
That's
Newport
trash
box.
below. It's his Newport box. He's just discarded to the street probably. And then it's a trash, but no.
Now that he's out of Newports, look out.
I want to point something out.
Now it really starts.
Yeah, now that he's smoked all 20 cigarettes, his hands are free.
So that was him and his buddies getting like
That was my
throttled
coping device.
by the police inside the bushes. They were like smothering him in bushes, and this is what happened right before that when the stadium went out. Pretty sure you might see this guy again. So this is Leeds fans just trying to rip through the barricades to fight Nottingham Forest.
Was it at home, Will, or was it at
It
Nottingham?
was away, so that they're doing this at Nottingham Forest.
It looks like a half.
Is that him? Is that him? The guy at the front ripping the gate?
And he's pretty
Yeah.
tall. He's like the tallest guy out there.
Could
This
be.
is so tame.
It's so tame. It's a pathetic riot.
Now it's
Yeah.
a singing match.
Yeah, now it's a
Yeah.
it's a
I
devolved.
mean, it's like
just
a
singing.
it's a tenth of the Capitol riot.
Yeah, those guys didn't
Literally
want
it.
to. Those guys didn't want to fight, but they were like obligated to be upset. Yeah.
He's so mad.
Yeah.
The one guy's in every video. He's so mad.
Yeah, they're singing at each other. That's the
Yeah.
biggest pussiest thing I've ever seen.
It looks like a half speed. It looks like a half speed rehearsal. I want to point something out. I love our country, but there's something special about a country where there are no guns, like with the cops nor the people.
Oh, like they can have more
because
vicious fights? Yeah,
Oh, because
probably.
you can. There's just police. There's a situation where the police and the soccer hooligans just duke it out and then walk away and say, "Good fight there."
They didn't even fight really that much in that one. It was just more the cops just kicking the asses of those few Leeds guys that actually got physical. Because like none of the rest of most of the crowd was just standing there like screaming like "fuck the refs" or whatever. Because I think there was like some controversial shit. I knew one of the Nottingham Forest fans threw a ball at a Leeds player during the game. Just fucked up.
Dick
like,
move. Dick move.
dick move.
The first video played. The first two guys were just getting strangled by cops on a hill.
Right, and you know they were hammered, right?
Right,
It was
that's
just
old
hammered guys getting
It was
strangled.
just two cops
strangled by
strangling a
cops.
Leeds fan on a hill. Yeah.
No one's going to jail and no one's dying.
They've gotten a little more violent over the years.
Some people are
that's for
learning
sure.
lessons, but
Cops.
Well, I mean, they have to settle down the hooligans.
They do. And I'd say to the Leeds fans over there, I know it's tough, but we're better than this, lads. It's okay that Rafinha is killing it for Barcelona. I think he had like 3 assists, and that we face
Shit.
a red-hot Man U on this Wednesday. It's okay. We're
Man
MOT
U-
in together.
Man City
Leeds
lost.
USA.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
okay,
look,
guys.
If we're gonna behave like this after a loss to Nottingham Forest, then I'm gonna start joining the relegation team of Wes and Pat. So like
relegation.
one more
domination.
incident like this, and I'm rooting for relegation.
Oh, no. You can't turn your back on Leeds USA. We just got Weston McKinney.
Domination.
We got it. We have so many good USA players. Let's
Let's behave ourselves better.
Let's behave ourselves. Let's finish this season out strong. Just like Clemson Basketball, by the way, with Brevin Galloway's team, they didn't win against Miami over the weekend. He had a great game,
He had 15 points though. And
great
a
game,
couple other
but
ones,
so
Damn.
his new nuts are working great, obviously. But they're going to get it together, just like Leeds. We're going to finish this season strong, okay, guys. Also in sports news, Kyrie is going to the Mavs. Kyrie Irving is going to the Mavericks, the Dallas Mavericks, leaving many people joking that Luka Doncic will be converting to the Nation of Islam sometime very soon.
That's a great
at
meme.
Aaron tweets on Twitter, Luka after 3-game road trip chatting with Kyrie, and it's like MacGruber after he's converted to the Nation of Islam in a kufi or whatever.
It's awesome.
So is this guy Luca like soft-minded or something?
No, he's just they're just bros.
He's a badass.
He just wants to win a championship, and he's got to keep Kyrie happy, and no one can keep him happy. So in order to keep him happy, he's gonna have to convert. Is the joke?
Yeah, they're just gonna be buddies. They have to be buddies, and they have to be
correct.
A good team
They have to exist.
Can you guys compare this to like to NFL for me, so I understand? So I know Kyrie. I know that he's controversial dude. But is this like a scenario like where like when D'Angelo Hall left the Eagles and then came to the Redskins and had a great
this is
career
way
'cause
bigger than
he was a pain in the
D'Angelo Hall.
ass.
I'd say this is more like the Bills, right? Like Josh Allen would be Luka, and then like maybe like Stephon Diggs would be Kyrie coming over, something like that.
Like
much bigger than
where Terrell Owens came to the Eagles, maybe.
Right. Top tier
Yeah,
player,
yeah,
but a
McNabb
problem
and
locker.
Owens.
Terrell,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
almost won, but then McNabb
Yeah,
had
that's
no
a great
conditioning.
comparison. Yeah. There you go. Football. Great comparison, Mark. Okay, amazing if you're a Mavs fan, assuming that they can let Kyrie, not lose his mind in Dallas, and devastating.
If those
you're a
two
Nets
play together, they're
fan.
gonna crush everyone. Luka's the best player in the NBA in my opinion. And,
Right,
and
if they do.
Kyrie's top 10 easily. So if those two can coexist, they're gonna smash people.
Huge for Dallas.
Yeah.
Terrible for the Nets and Kevin Durant, who are left with Ben Simmons and then a bunch of the players that they traded away.
Doesn't Durant deserve it? It's the first time he's stuck with the team, and he wanted to leave. And yeah.
Kind of does. I'm a KD guy, but he kind of. I mean, it's tough. I mean, he's really late. Yeah, he's made his bed and he's got to lie in it now. Other big news: the Grammys were Sunday night. And that was
It
the
doesn't
Grammys.
matter about the Grammys, which were hosted by The Rock. The Rock hosted the Grammys.
The Rock hosted it after making the song, saying it doesn't matter about the
And
Grammys.
no one put it together. I was like commenting on social media like about the Rock thing on our account. I was like, it doesn't matter about the Grammys. And no one knew what I was saying.
Bro, no one at all knows about the Wyclef Jean, The Rock collabo on Wyclef's second album called It Doesn't Matter.
Yeah.
We've been making fun of
but
that
they
song
should.
for 25 years.
I got 15
Finally.
Bentleys in the West
In the-
Indies. It doesn't matter. But Rock, I got 5 Grammys. It doesn't matter about your Grammys. It doesn't matter how many Grammys you have.
Yeah, man. I'm
Song is
I'm
great.
hoping Willie Nelson takes a bunch home, man. He's 89. He's up for 4 Grammys. Texas boy. That's exciting.
Yeah, Willie, go Willie. That's hilarious that The Rock is hosting it after making a song bashing the Grammys with Wyclef Jean or whatever. Was it
Wyclef.
Will I Am or Wyclef?
No,
Jean,
Wyclef.
or-
It was Wyclef, second album. No one, I can't
How could
remember the name of
forget?
the album.
Of course it was Wyclef.
It was
Sorry,
Wyclef.
guys. Duh. And one last one before we get to the cream. A new Earth-like planet dropped, and I got to show you each of these. This one is only 31 light years away, and it's called Wolf 1069b. There's like a rendering of what
Wolf.
the surface might look like. Yeah, Wolf, pretty cool, huh? 26% denser and about the same size as Earth, but it orbits a red dwarf. So you'd live exclusively on the sunny side because it doesn't rotate at all.
So you're
just
fat
like-
and hot because it's dense? So you're
Well,
just
no,
a big,
Mark.
big, fat,
No.
hot, sweaty
Not
mess?
hot at all, unfortunately. That's the problem because a red dwarf only puts out like a tiny bit of radiation. So
Good thing you're dense then.
a year is 15 days, so you'd live to be like 1,700 plus years old, wolf years old.
A lot
on
of
that
birthday
planet.
parties. A lot of birthday parties.
That's true. Every 2 weeks you're getting another birthday party.
What do you
And
get me this week?
You'd have to like cut it down though. That's a lot. That's a
True.
you
Every
have to
10
cut-
years. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to cut it down a little bit. And then also, because of the temperature thing, you'd have to try to live on the sunny side, but the average temperature of the planet is negative 40, minus 40 overall. So you'd need to bank on the bright side, like being a lot warmer. Otherwise, you just wasted 31 light years to get there. Yeah.
So the average is negative 40, but potentially the lighter side might be like
Potentially,
0. Might
the
be
sun
0
only
or 10.
side could be much better.
That's warmer than Mars, though, isn't it?
Probably so. Yeah. And like I said, it only gets 65% of the sun that the Earth gets. And this is if you did move there, it could just be like if the sunny side didn't work out, it could be like Mount Washington, the summit in New Hampshire over the weekend. It recorded the coldest temperature ever in the United States at negative 108.
Yeah, wind chill of negative 108. That would kill you, right? If you're outside.
Oh yeah, if you're out in that, look at that. It looks like a different
Pretty
fucking
quick.
planet.
There were winds of like 140 miles an hour up there. I mean, it was like a hurricane of just Joe Freeze.
Could you imagine
freeze
if you
all
peed in
over
that,
the
your
place.
dick would break off in mid-pee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, horrible. So,
fuck?
you go to any of these red dwarf planets, and you might have enough heat to make it. You might not. You never know. The closest one to us is Proxima or Alpha Centauri B. That's the one that everybody talks about. That's only 4.2 light years away. But then there's all these. There's this Wolf 1069b is the 6th now closest.
Remember,
of all
like
these.
I forgot what the math is, but like 1 light year away is like 200
10
years
years,
of
right?
travel or something ridiculous.
No,
Yeah.
it's 10 years, I believe.
I think it's like 50.
A light year is light year is a distance travels in 1 year.
I think it's like 100 and something, 200 and something.
Yeah. So like potentially great news one day, but probably maybe potentially never news at all. But we're just talking about it.
What if you
'cause
got
it's-
there and there was just a bunch of red midgets you had to fight?
Oh, there's gonna be some weird shit up there.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. One.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
That's what you're hoping for.
It was
It's like-
literal.
yeah. You're
Oh
hoping
shit!
for
37,000 years.
See,
at
for
the
1
current
light year.
maximum. Yeah.
That's a long time.
You got to work on that.
Yeah,
I
we
guess
need to
you're
do
hoping
less
for a
than light year.
paradise with no red midgets you'd have to fight. But if you're going to have to fight a group of people that lived on the planet, the red midgets might be better than like a giant insect race or something like that.
Right. I'll take red midgets.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, they might be scared of you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They might think you're like a god or
I
something.
hope there's a chocolate factory there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if it was just nothing but like praying mantises the size of houses?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't
take
want
red
that.
midgets.
Yeah, you take the red midgets, wouldn't you?
Any day of the week.
Any day of the week.
Sure, they're a funny color, but I don't mind.
Oh,
it's gonna
thank
be
God.
okay.
Thank God. We've
Also-
been calling this a red dwarf for years. Thank
Yeah.
God we were right.
Also, red little people, please.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, of course.
yeah. All right. And which brings us to better news in.
The cream of the crop!
The cream of the crop today, guys, I alluded to at the very top of the show. The Dallas zoo thief has been caught, or presumably the guy has been caught. He's somehow not a zoo employee, and he's just a guy eating chips, as Wes pointed out last week.
It's
And his
embarrassing
name-
for the zoo.
Yeah, just a guy strolling around eating chips, and his name is Davion Dwight Irvin, 24 years old. He's not only spotted eating the chips at the zoo, he was spotted again this week asking questions about the fish at the Dallas aquarium. And so, like
When do
they had
you stop paying attention to them?
right. And obviously, like around Dallas and like the animal businesses or whatever, his photo had been circulated like
These fish
very
can't talk, right?
widely.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so as soon as the cops could catch up to him, he's reported at the aquarium. He was arrested. So
This guy's the best, though. I mean, besides the vulture neck snap, he is the
Yeah, that's not
ballsiest badass
Right.
in a long time. He's just stealing monkeys, and he's just wanted to have his own personal zoo, and he
yeah, but he
did what
didn't know he was
did what
trying to sell
had
him.
do.
He was trying to sell him, and it was just too hot. He couldn't get away with it. I think. Like
So
I
what
thought
did
he's mentally
they got
challenged.
back, right?
His
Maybe.
picture was very viral. Like he doesn't pay attention to the news because he probably should have laid low. Like the chip picture went all over the place.
It's pretty busy, Mark.
Yeah, true.
well, yeah, Mark. He's scoping out new fish and he's always eating chips when he's walking around. So
Good point. Didn't say anything for the
Doritos.
swim back. Yeah.
Doritos got a free ad.
That's
on
what he
that.
lures the monkeys with, is the Doritos.
Oh, that's probably you're probably right,
Yeah.
Wes. It's bait.
It is a great way to remain under the radar is to be eating something while you're walking around.
Yeah, you look unsuspicious. That's true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's hungry. He's not.
He's got
nothing-
little
nothing to do with that.
scissors in there to cut the nets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
I mean
thinking
he had
that
to
too.
have like
got something
wire
in that
cutters
bag.
with him. And
Just
shit.
something in that bag. Yeah.
Yeah. So Anyways, the long national nightmare of the Dallas Zoo being under attack,
But
is presumably finally over. They don't know if he worked alone.
Yeah,
though.
is he gonna
Yeah.
confess to the Zootopia or Zooziana in Louisiana?
Well, probably not. I'm assuming he's only in Dallas, but they don't know. They don't even know if he did all the Dallas ones. They're saying so.
Right.
We'll see.
So they
Time
got
will
him,
tell.
or they just know who he is.
No, they got him. They got him for sure.
This is giving off JFK vibes. He's gonna take the hit for all these, but it could
Pat,
have been.
when you're walking
bigger.
around, when you're getting pictures that clear of you taken of you eating Doritos, like you've been gotten.
Yeah.
You've been
What, did he
located.
pause in front of the camera?
He's a patsy. There's much bigger things going on here.
So we got. I mean, there's a lot of stories that are causing conspiracies right now. The Dallas Zoo, the Chinese weather balloon.
Yeah.
Well, not spy balloon, not weather, right? According to whoever you believe. Yeah. So, a lot of conspiracies today. That's 2023 for you.
If I could, for one day, change like my bodies, I would go back and be 21-year-old Coastal Carolina kid on Saturday in Coastal
God.
Carolina. That would be the best day in the world.
Oh my God!
Just to see a balloon blow up.
Oh, the party afterwards.
That would be
dude.
the day you chose.
No, because it just launches into the. It's like just like the best
It's a
start
great
to a
party.
party of
It's
all
like
time.
it's like a national title night or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Like
It
it's like
is.
winning a huge like it's a party.
being in-
huge party that was planned right after an amazing thing that you all did together. Concert
Would have been a
or-
party, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Big game.
Would have been better if it was in the summertime, but you know, you beggars can't be choosers when it comes to
South
giant-
Carolina.
They have
balloons.
constantly decent weather there, though. Yeah.
Right.
It's like
a-
being in
70
Morgantown
degrees.
while every couch is on fire.
Right.
That's what that was like. Plus, it also
Like
you
the
can
first
turn
guy that
video
lit a
in-
couch on fire there.
You can turn that video in as your assignment in pretty much any class you're taking at Coastal Carolina the next day.
Oh yeah, you aced
nice.
the semester.
Sorry, I missed class. Here's my extra credit.
You're the king.
I bet the person that got that close-up shot it made a decent dime off of that shot.
Oh, for
They don't know how to monetize
Everybody's
it, bro. We don't
That's
know how to
not-
monetize it. How do
I-
they?
That
Because
that could have
we
been the
don't shoot
military
original
too. That-
like
that close-up, I don't
close-up
know.
stuff that the
So
news is
whoever
gonna
bought
buy.
it for them for pennies on the dollar made money off
Yeah,
of it.
yeah, right. Whoever knew how to monetize it made a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, that's today's coffee, which was brought to you by Factor Foods. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. And 2023 is the year that we're all going to finally get in shape with the help of Factor Foods. Achieve and maintain your 2023 goals with Factor. Get America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit and start saving time, eating well, and living your best year yet. Also a great way to just control your calories and your budget if you're looking to order in less or order out less. Too busy to cook? With Factor, skip the trip to the grocery store and skip the chopping, prepping, and cleaning up too. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in just 2 minutes in the microwave. So all you have to do is just heat and enjoy. No matter your lifestyle, Factor has delicious flavor-packed meals to help you live it to your fullest with keto, calorie smart, vegan, veggie, and protein plus options on the menu each week. Prepared by chefs and approved by dietitians, with each meal having ingredients that keep you satisfied all day long. With 34 chef-prepared, dietitian-approved weekly options, there's always something new to try. Plus, you can round out your meal and replenish your snack supply with an assortment of 36 plus sweets, smoothies, juices, and more satisfying add-ons. They really have, like, the menu satisfies everybody for real. They have spicy stuff, like really spicy stuff. I like spicy food, and they have like spicy enough where I enjoy it. What do you guys like about Factor the most?
Anything pasta based, and I love their chicken. That like they have incredible pasta and chicken. Like you said, their flavors, the spices and flavors are better, in my opinion, than any other meal kit. Like they're super flavorful.
Yeah, it's just actually delicious.
Right, it's just good food. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely delicious. Want to cut back on takeout? Get Factor instead. Not only is Factor cheaper than takeout, but meals are ready faster than restaurant delivery in just 2 minutes. Eating vegan or veggie is a snap, like we said before with Factor. There's so many different options. Head to factormeals.com/hardfactor50 and use code hardfactor50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code hardfactor50 at factormeals.com/hardfactor50 to get 50% off your first box.
Nice. You guys ready for the biggest Sunday in sports? We talked about it already a little bit. Super Bowl Sunday. You guys ready?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. You know, this is ready. DraftKings Sportsbook, the official online sports betting partner of Super Bowl 57. They have all the Super Bowl action you need.
They are.
New customers can bet just $5 and get 200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, all customers can get in on the Super Bowl 57 excitement with DraftKings Happy Hour Super Boosts. You like the sound of that? Super Boost?
Happy Hour Super Boost sounds pretty good.
Yeah, you like to see like Happy Hour Super Boosts? Me too. Check the DraftKings Sportsbook app every day between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern to see what prop bet will be boosted. Listen, my 49ers are gone. They've been knocked out. I got to root for my boy Hard Factor Mark and the
Thank you.
Eagles. I think
Thank
they're
you.
going to smoke Mahomes and his stupid little brother. If Mahomes wins with all the douchey things his little brother has done this year in the past, there's no God, right? The
I
Eagles are
agree.
God's
Well
team
said.
this year.
Yep.
So bet the Eagles to smash and the over, of course. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code HARDFACTOR. New customers can bet $5 on Super Bowl 57 and get 200 in bonus bets instantly, only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code HARDFACTOR. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. Okay? All right, guys, let's go to Japan. We got a new type of terrorist on our hands, unfortunately. and it's plaguing the country and attacking what Japan is most known for around the world. So when I say Japan, what's the first thing that comes to your mind besides like math nerd?
Honor.
In Japan,
Right.
What were they known for? Yeah.
Nintendo,
Okay.
cars,
Okay.
sushi.
That's right. These young terrorists are attacking. Thank you, Mark. These young terrorists are attacking the sushi industry. To be more specific, the conveyor belt sushi industry. You guys ever been to one of these things? The conveyor belt sushi.
Always
They
wanted
look
to
so
go.
cool.
Always
They
wanted to
look-
go. They're all like they're on an individual plate, right? Look,
Let's go, Mark.
Yeah, let's go.
soon.
All right.
But
Yeah.
the
They
crazy
have in
problem,
America?
Yeah,
Yes,
they have one in
yes.
Austin.
Yeah, they have one.
they have one in Austin.
Yeah, North
You get like
Austin.
50 plates. You get like a little piece.
Yeah,
If
you
you
pay by
like,
the plate.
yeah.
Conveyor belt
pay by
sushi.
the
You want to go do that at a place where the sushi's really good,
right.
right?
That's correct.
You don't want to do conveyor
Japan.
belt sushi in the middle of Texas, but yes,
Well,
like in
listen.
Japan.
Right. You just want to do all you can eat sushi in the middle of town.
Wes, let's go. Though.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's go. Never been. So I'm not sure I'm going to go now, though, Mark, because if this new trend is catching on in Japan, a country known for its morals and honor, as Pat said, I can't imagine what the kids over here will do when they catch wind of it. So basically, as you know, on these conveyor belts, other people's food will pass by your table on its way to the rightful owner. But now in Japan, the new trend is to fuck with OPS, other people's sushi. You down with OPS? Yeah, you know me.
Oh
Right?
no.
Right? Check this clip out.
Sabotaging conveyor belt sushi restaurants in Japan are going viral and people are furious. They can be seen licking public items like teacups and soy sauce
no.
bottles, stealing food from the conveyor belt,
This little
eating
shit.
from public spoons for matcha powder, putting wasabi on other people's orders,
That's hilarious.
and even spreading their own saliva on sushi.
No.
The videos have sparked massive
the
outrage on
wasabi
Japanese social media. The sushi restaurants say they're working with authorities to take legal action.
Yeah.
That's not very honorable.
Nope.
Not
Not very
honorable
honorable at all.
It sounds like they need to bring the samurais back. Because, like, if they need more samurai in Japan right now.
Yeah, if they
People
killed
aren't
some of
having
these
enough
kids'
sex.
moms in front of them. Yeah.
Like, these guys are just, like, licking sushi and not fucking. They need to bring the samurais back and teach these kids, like, all right, you need to not lick the sushi and you need to have sex with your girlfriend to have kids.
Yeah, this is the tweet that started it
I
all.
agree
It
with.
went viral. It's been viewed almost 100 million times now. That little prick licking the cups and putting his saliva fingers on other
yeah,
people's
he's
sushi.
got to go down.
It's just
Yeah.
it's so not Japan, bro.
No.
Like in Japan, if
Dishonor.
let's say you're like in the subway and you're going down a long set of subway steps and you fall, the move is for you to kill yourself after that, like because you've embarrassed yourself, therefore dishonored your family. Like that's Japan. This is so far off.
Work
People's
yourself
heads are
yourself to death over
Right.
in Japan.
Right.
But Wes, I also think this might be BS, right? Because look, America
You saw it.
loves to pick when a guy is sticking a Domino's pizza down his pants, right? Or some guy's putting a Taco Bell chalupa on his dong and then giving it out to a customer. That can like really hurt that company completely. Totally. This is just 3 guys. There were 3 different guys total.
This has licking the ice cream vibes in the grocery stores that happened in America a few years ago. It was like Bluebell and a couple others when people would just open a pint of ice cream, lick it, and put it back in the ice cream thing. That has that vibes, and it's disgusting. It's not cool.
I mean, it's damaging to the sushi industry, but how widespread is it really? You know what I mean?
It is.
The licking of the
To
ice
me,
cream.
it's every restaurant now in my mind.
Yeah,
conveyor
the
belt
licking of the
restaurant.
ice cream was one of the worst trends to ever happen to America.
I
And then
agree.
This
Now
is
this is-
the equivalent of Japan.
Well,
Yeah.
Pat, you might be onto something because the chain where it was filmed, which is the Sushiro chain in the city of Gifu, their stock plummeted 5% last week
could
when
have been
these
a
videos
sabotage.
surfaced. So it could have been sabotaged by another country. But the whole sushi industry, the whole conveyor belt sushi industry is suffering because of these. Because people
they're
are
on
just
notice.
they don't know what to do. Their heads are about to explode. Their favorite food is being fucked with in a country that's known for honor, and they are losing.
You guys
their
can't
shit.
even go to the Austin one now. You can't go.
Right.
I don't want to anymore. Wes just
Yeah, it's
ruined
off
that
the
for me.
table.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now they're planning on putting cameras above conveyor belts,
Just
people are
put
just
one
disgusted.
grandpa in the sushi restaurant. They don't need cameras. Just put a grandpa in there.
So what industry? You have to think what industry profits now. Is it the social media? Like what if the sushi industry
high-class sushi
Is it the sword industry because everyone's mad and buying swords and they want to cut these kids' heads off? Like what
It just the non-conveyor belt sushi.
Yeah.
Non-conveyor
other
belt
food
sushi.
other food industry? Yeah.
Yeah, like the higher class sushi restaurants, I guess, might profit, or I don't know, or just.
Well, what if
maybe,
it teams up? What if like the lowest of
DIY.
the low is non-conveyor belt? Conveyor belt's like middle, and like the shittiest ones and the powerful ones teamed up together to take
Right.
them out.
Right.
What's it going to
This
cost you? I
shitty
mean,
kid. And it's probably
there's
just
three-
that this
three
kid's a little
kids.
shit. I'll be honest with you.
$600 a kid.
It's going to cost them their
To-
parents' lives because their parents are going to have to kill themselves.
Yeah.
This is a serious offense in Japan. I hope that they take this matter.
Well, they're
not
going
lightly.
to. They're going to take it very seriously. Will. This
Look,
is,
they need
this
to
is
drop-
like sacrilege.
Thing you-
They
Basically.
need to drop a new Mario game now. We need a new Mario game from this.
Yeah, so pretty tough. You know, be better, Japan. Let's go to Colorado for some more questions.
He's so bad. His parents killed
I'll
himself.
tell you what would dust this. What would
you
brush
think
this
your
right on
friend's
the
bad?
rug? Mario Kart 9. That would settle. That would
That'll be
do
fine.
it. Yeah.
That'll be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew. We need a new Mario Kart stat. Let's go to Colorado for some more questionable behavior. This time by, again, some douchebag kids. This time in the student section of the Utah State versus Colorado State hoops game over the weekend. By the way, we touched on it before, but shout out again to Brevin Galloway. Will mentioned he did have 15 points, 4 assists. They lost by 4. He did hit 2 threes.
Did you do the celebration?
No, I watched one of the celebration, or watched one of his threes being hit. Didn't do the celebration. I'm guessing he did it on the other one. Anyway,
Well, look here, Wes. I mean, also, if it didn't happen, we understand why. I mean, you don't celebrate when you're down, right?
Good point.
I mean, Brevin's a class athlete.
They were down most of the
top
game.
Flight. Right, exactly. So he's not going to pull out a top shelf new taunt.
It's
in
a
losing
game
effort.
winner. It's got to be like a game
exactly.
winner,
Game
right?
winner.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you're gonna know when it's coming, and it's gonna
Yeah.
be glorious when it does.
Yep. You're right. Good point.
But, also, I'm a little disappointed because I blame the Clemson fans for not taking my advice of blowing up a picture of Brevin's nuts and putting it behind Miami's free throw shooting, because Miami went 17 for 22 from the
Would've swung
line.
it.
And that was the difference maker in this game. If they had Brevin's nuts behind the free throw,
Under 50%. Under 50%.
easily, and they win the game. So that's on you, Clemson students. I handed it to you on a silver platter, and
Too
I mean,
busy.
where's
to
the
beat the paw.
Where's the creativity, man? They're a big fucking school. They're a big sports school. Like, there's got to be someone, and you said it, Wes. No one went to the fucking Kinkos and printed out 2 giant balls and a little Brevin and stuck them on there.
Sad.
nobody.
Put it on a stick.
Really sad. Anyway, do better, Clemson.
Well, they will,
Student section.
because they're still first in the ACC. We're going straight to the top.
Maybe they can meet at the paw and
They
discuss
were,
what they're going to
they
do
were all
next.
walking their golden retrievers and meeting at the paw,
Yeah.
talking about God
busy,
and stuff.
Too busy meeting at the paw.
It'd be sick if you could get it so that the balls are swinging too.
It would
Like,
be.
imagine like a Brevin like on a stick, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
with his arms out and his legs out, and then if you get the balls to get a sway to him.
Oh,
move
yeah.
the stick back
Twist.
and forth.
You got
You're
to
going with
twist
a full
the
body-
balls.
a
You
full
could do a
body
rope like
poster.
what are they called? Dioramas.
They
Yeah,
can
exactly.
inflate. You can make them
If you
inflate.
did, if you got
Blow 'em up.
his big head cutout,
it up.
cardboard cutout,
yeah.
you could put truck nuts on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
good.
yeah, truck
Attached.
I don't
truck
think they
nuts
would play
to
for
the
TV
middle.
though, Willie. You need a big version of truck
You
nuts.
need something that looks like nuts.
You know
like
what
a
you could do?
frog, like
You
skin,
get 2
kinda.
stockings. 2 stockings.
Right, you gotta
and
have a little bit
You
of-
throw
like
a volleyball in each stocking,
Okay.
and you twist them up together.
What about giant balloons that are flesh colored and you kind of pre-draw like veins on them or something?
I don't think they have the weight.
No, you just hold them. They
just
know
hold
what they are.
Just hold
yeah,
balls.
balloons would work.
Yeah, just
you're
brown
right, truck
balls.
nuts may be
Yeah.
too small.
Veiny
But you
balloons.
got-
Veiny balloons.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you got a big enough set of
And you
truck
can
nuts,
make-
it would work.
Like 5 idiots can attach them to their nuts.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
dance
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
They got to do something better than that. 17 for 22 is not going to cut it.
That's too many free throws to be made, quite frankly. All right. Anyway, speaking of doing better, the
that's a lot of
student section for the Colorado State Rams really know how to distract an opposing player. They know what they're doing over there during free throws. Check this out from Saturday's game versus Utah State. There was 40 seconds left. Utah was up by 6, and Utah State's Max Shulga was at the line looking to seal the deal for Utah State. So the Colorado State student section, who obviously did their homework and knew Max was from the Ukraine, where his family still resides in Kiev. How do we say it when we're
Kiev.
good guys?
Kiev.
Kiev. During the war, they tried to get inside Max's head in any way they could, and they went there. Here's the clip.
Get the foul, the opportunity to get Tonje and Stevens back into the ballgame.
You hear it?
They're chanting Russia?
You hear what they're chanting?
Russia?
Yep. You hear it?
goes to the free throw line.
Here it comes again in slightly slower motion.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, all they got is Russia. There's no other type of flair with it at all. It's just yelling Russia.
Your
over
family's
and
getting bombed.
Yeah. It's like if they found out your mom had cancer and you started chanting cancer,
Yeah.
cancer, cancer. Like, that's how fucked up it is.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, and clearly he
poor
heard
taste.
it too, because look, here he is. Like, are these assholes really chanting Russia?
He heard
can't
it.
believe
He
it.
heard
Yeah.
it for sure.
He can't believe it.
In poor taste. Tensions get hot at a basketball game, but definitely in poor taste there.
Yeah.
From,
What are they, the Rams? Colorado State? What
Yeah,
Colorado
the
State
Rams.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, of course.
Intern Jackson's alma mater.
Yeah. Oof. Is it really?
Yeah.
He said he didn't claim the Rams though.
Well,
Besides his
but,
diploma.
Anyway,
I think he went there.
they were trying
Also,
to.
fun fact about Colorado State, I got lost on that campus one time. And my parents entrusted me to some college kids who just didn't watch me at all. I ended up like dehydrated.
And
in a
they started
teacher's
chanting,
office somewhere.
parents,
Yeah.
parents.
Hilarious.
You don't have it.
You got it. Where are they at?
Orphan.
It gets wild. Yeah.
Where are they at? You, no parent having piece of shit.
Anyway, yeah, very fucked
intense.
up. They were trying to say that they were chanting bullshit because of a call. They were also saying they were chanting his last name, but they were chanting Russia because the university put out a statement saying, following tonight's basketball game, we became aware that a small group of individuals in our student section
Wow, it's like
chanted
1,000
Russia.
people.
Yeah.
They don't have a
yeah.
big stadium. It probably was just.
Right.
It's like a small enough game where like
You can
10
hear it.
people can make it sound like the whole stadium's cheering it.
Right. And
It's
So-
not a very big school.
Right.
also, the coach of Colorado State even acknowledged it, saying, I have so much respect for USU basketball and Max Shulga. We have amazing fans and the students, but this is not acceptable. My sincere apologies. And by the way, the coach of Colorado State's name is Nico Medved. Which is a little interesting. And there are two countries where the most Medveds exist in the world:
Russia.
Russia
Ukraine.
and Ukraine.
Yeah.
Could be Ukrainian.
No, I'm pretty sure we know where he's from.
Yeah.
He's of the Russian descent of Medved, and I have his.
Wasn't Medved the tennis player called the Russian Rocket?
That was Medvedev.
Medved.
Medvedev.
Yeah. And I have a little.
But he
yeah.
condemned it, right? So maybe, I mean, you never know.
Yeah, but who knows what he's
Medved,
telling the student
Medvedev,
section.
They're all
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah. And I have a clip from his press conference here. The coach of Colorado State. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. Here it is. Coach, Max Shulga, he went 3 for 4 from the line down the stretch to help Utah win. He had 6 assists, 9 points, 3 rebounds. He kind of kicked your all's ass. What do you have to say about Max Shulga's performance?
Yes, by Ukrainian standards, Max played good game.
Oh, no.
We did not do good job at stopping his penetration into our defenses. But as you know, this is just one battle. And Russia will win. Colorado State will win the war versus Ukraine. Versus Utah State in the end. Yeah, hey, Coach, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
No more questions.
Yeah, so
Tough.
I think we know where the chant came from, guys.
It's amazing he developed that accent when he was born in America.
Yeah, he just slips into it. When you're like a secret spy. It's,
Well, when the adrenaline kicks
you
in.
have training. Yeah.
He's doing really well at being a spy. He climbed all the way to the top, being coach of a college basketball team.
That's impressive.
It's impressive.
Very impressive. So pretty fucked up though, honestly. Like that's ridiculous. Colorado State.
It's uncalled for. Yeah, it's not good. You can be mean and creative. You don't have to be just straight mean. That's
right. That's right.
That was just straight mean. That's right. All right. Speaking of mean, do you guys remember the story about the creep that called a bunch of fast food restaurants and pretended to be a detective and told the managers to tie up their employees and said they were stealing and you have to strip search them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was that Netflix documentary about it.
Well, yeah, they made a movie out of it, Compliance, back in 2012, which was nominated for Best Picture. Netflix just did a doc about it called Don't Pick Up the Phone. And
I didn't know that. Okay,
and the
wow.
GOAT Robin Williams played a character inspired by this guy in Law & Order SVU in an awesome couple of episodes. Just throwing out some pop culture for you there. Quick triple reference, no big deal. Well, that story was nuts. And this story is not quite as nuts, but it appears that Australia and New Zealand have someone that's cut from a similar cloth over there as that guy. They're calling this person getting, quote, the call. And what has been going on for years, apparently, is some creep has been calling every hair salon in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK and asking to speak to, quote, a lady hairdresser. The caller who then calls, he's calling from an anonymous number, or he or she leaves a return number because they make an appointment that's out of service, that like is not a real number. They speak in, quote, a husky voice described as Mrs. Agnes Brown from hit British sitcom Mrs. Brown's Boys, except with an Australian accent. Think like an Australian Mrs. Doubtfire, basically.
Okay.
It's a serial prank caller.
Correct. Now, I can play you a quick clip of that voice. It may get copyright struck from YouTube. I'm not sure. It's a pretty big show over there. I got a quick clip. Do you want to hear this person's voice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Mrs. Agnes.
Aquarium.
There you go.
Well, I'm confused.
That was a donor for him.
But that's like a Irish lady, right? So they do an Australian version of that.
It's
lady?
like Mrs. Doubtfire Australian. And
Yeah.
everyone's describing it as a man who talks like a woman but has a man's husky voice, right? So it's a man disguising himself as a sweet old woman, right? So the woman... Well, the man posing as a woman says her name is Christine, and she asked the lady hairdressers to set up an appointment for her two lesbian daughters who have been bad girls. So she says that her two daughters,
this guy's jacking off on.
Oh yeah, he makes sure that they know that they're lesbians. They've been behaving very badly, and they need to be punished. And that punishment, of course, is they need their heads shaved. Well, actually, the older daughter needs a flat top, and the younger gets the Sinead O'Connor or G.I. Jane or Jada Pinkett Smith. That's another triple reference for you. Yeah, and these calls are all the same. At this point in the call, which this call is always the same, most hairdressers are getting a bit concerned. And that concern amplifies when the prankster says, okay, now describe to me how you're going to shave their head in great detail. And one hairstylist who recently got the call said the conversation goes like this at this point. She said, oh, describe how you will do it. Oh, how short. And I explained I would use a number 2 blade, then a 1, then a 0 to fade. Then she said, oh, I wish I could be there to watch and hear her yell, Mummy, no, tease her a little bit, but be stern with her.
So is it? I'm guessing because you played that other clip, like they're not recording this, or it's not ending up on the internet. It's just for their own personal.
They're not making any money off of it. It's not like a Chad at the when they go to the town
They're
council
making
and record it.
orgasms off it. This person's
They're jerking off to
masturbating
it.
on the phone.
Look,
That's
there's a
exactly
thing-
right, Will.
There's a lot. People have a lot of
There's
fetishes.
a lot of people like this.
and some of them aren't. So this is called trichophilia or hair partialism. It's a hair fetish, and if you have a fetish that is so like.
How are you going to
niche,
shave it? How tight are you
niche,
going to shave it?
You've got to create your own content. You got to create your own content, and this is what this guy's doing.
His perfect world is lesbian daughters that are teens getting shaved down.
He's
to
creating his own
head.
porn for himself. That's all he's doing.
Yeah.
Right. It's like he turns hairstylist lines into sex
awesome.
lines.
It's
for
amazing.
himself.
It's
She
like
then-
a guy who was into the step shit like 15, 20 years ago was probably like bugging, family therapy, therapist offices and stuff. You got to create your own. Is what
Yeah,
it
you
is.
gotta
Exactly
create your
right,
own.
Pat. You're right.
He's
Wes.
ahead of his time.
Yeah, he's taking the bull by the horn.
He's also just full blown crazy. But yeah, I mean,
Make it tight. How tight?
We don't kink shame most of the times, but this is pretty weird. She then sets up an appointment for her daughters, which of course they never show up to because they don't exist. Because it's just a man jerking off, as we said, to the discussion of two lesbian teens getting their head shaved. The woman who described the conversation I just mentioned earlier is Canterbury barber Jody Boland, who told a coworker about the call after she hung up, and the coworker said, "Oh, you've finally gotten the call." And she said, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "This has been going on for years. Apparently there are private Facebook groups for New Zealand and Australian barbers and salon workers who like detail all their all their interactions with this sicko in these private Facebook groups.
they're trying to get him. Like, they're
Well,
trying
just
to
like
catch him.
like they haven't caught this person yet, but they all like kind of like a therapy thing.
Can't they
Like
just
you
get
got
a phone number?
You got
Like,
harassed
everybody-
too. Well,
Yeah, it's like everybody's got the same phone number.
Well, they use a fake phone number. They use a private line, like a star
like a
67,
burner, right?
a burner, right?
Some guy used to do the same thing to libraries.
Right.
And it's probably the same thing. He had a fetish. He wanted a specific line read out of this one book.
And this guy's prolific. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Outside of the regular shave for daughters, apparently the caller who was described by
Aggressive
several.
masturbators.
Oh yeah, they have to have it.
They
But
have
once
to do what they got to do.
Once they get away with it, once they can't go back. And this person got away with it, is still getting away with it thousands of times over there.
Yeah.
The caller's been described by several people. Hairstylist is a man using a woman's voice. Outside of the always bringing up the daughters getting their head shaved, she also
Every time?
She also is
Never
sometimes
different?
asked if she could set up an appointment for herself where she wants a perm to quote look like the Queen Mother.
Okay, there we go.
wow.
Yeah.
There we
so
go.
there's another one there. She wants to dress up like she's got a fetish with the Queen. She has a fetish with the Queen and with tight shaves on lesbian women. And as of today, no one knows the identity of the caller. So it would be cool if we broke this case. I'm just throwing out there. Rick Holt and any other Australian listeners, help us out. Jessica, anyone? Because it'd be cool to bring this guy to justice.
Yeah, we need to find this.
I mean,
guy.
what's he doing? He's messing with their schedules a little bit.
Hey, it's not nearly as bad as the guy that
No,
made
but-
people strip search.
That's really all he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
They're taking up
costing
a
him like
little bit
$50 a day. Yeah.
A little bit of time. Not a big
Yeah, a little
deal.
bit of time.
Yeah.
Taking up some time though, yeah, for sure.
Better than him murdering someone because he can't get his hair fetish.
Still want to. Well, yeah. I still want to know who this guy is, though. You know.
Yeah.
He'll get caught eventually. They always slip up.
It'll be
Okay.
too horny to wait for the burner.
Last story of the show. I want to get into one of the most controversial hot button topics that divides our society right down the middle, pretty much more than any other issue.
Whoa.
And I'm of course talking about the debate over leashed and unleashed dogs. Oof. How do you guys feel about rocking a dog off the leash?
My dog would run away.
In parks where it's allowed, I'm cool with it. But if a
I'm not
park
talking
has
about
a
in a
bunch,
dog park, Willie. I'm talking about.
at a
trail.
dog park,
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking
A
about.
beagle is not a good idea to have off leash.
different trails usually
go away.
usually trails have leash rules that you should have them on because there's like bikers and stuff on them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if there are some trails where they allow dogs off leash, and I don't have a problem if it's allowed, if it's like a huge park.
I have one dog off leash because I know she's perfect, and one dog on leash because he will run up to another dog, and if that person's dog is on its leash, being responsible because it's an aggressive dog. I don't want my dog to be the asshole that starts the fight because he's just too goofy and runs up to them.
Right.
But my other
So you
dog is cool.
Pitbull Wes, he's got a cool dog.
Did you hear? Did
This
you
dog is
hear
perfect.
Wes's explanation of how he can get away with unleashing his dog, and it's the leash dog owner's fault?
No.
Wes just
That's not
made
what I
fun
said.
of leashed dogs and
No,
said
no, that's not-
his unleashed dog is not the problem. That
No,
runs up to
she
leash
won't.
dog.
She won't fuck my one
what,
dog.
what world do you live in?
You didn't
where that
hear me
makes sense?
correct, you moron. You didn't hear. You just made something up.
No,
didn't
you
hear-
said your
didn't-
unleashed dog runs up to a
Sounded dumb
leash
to
dog.
me too.
No, you didn't say anything correctly right there.
Okay.
I said I keep my
Okay.
dog on a leash that would do that. My other dog.
I know,
does
but
not
if your
run
other
up to
nice
dogs.
dog runs, okay.
No, it doesn't.
All right, okay.
All right, look, I got to tell you, my last dog was a rescue and was fucked up. You know, like bad rescue.
Yeah.
Great dog, one of my favorite dogs. But she had leash anxiety. So like if you put her on a leash, and another dog, if she's on a leash and a dog comes near her, she goes into a full-on beast mode you've never seen. We went to the vet about it. They're like, this is leash anxiety. It's common with certain rescues if they've had a bad life. That's why I'm not pro
Pit bulls,
dogs off the
maybe.
leash. And look, honestly, for the most part, the type of person that thinks, oh man, my dog's perfect.
Wes.
You know, yeah, exactly.
You know, Bonnie,
is an
she's
asshole.
perfect.
Is generally an asshole. Right, the
Yeah,
type
no,
of
people
hubris
who have-
that leads you to
people-
feel like it's okay to
What
have
did your
your dog off
dog
leash.
do to my dog?
People who have the off leash dog in the very obviously on leash trail, that's a problem.
Right.
Like when you have the off leash dog and there's rollerbladers like constantly going around you, or bikers that are constantly passing you, and your off leash dog is just
On a
zipping
paved
back
trail
and
is one
forth
thing.
across the trail.
If you're in the woods,
if there's ever an
if you're in the
incident,
deep woods,
it's
it's fine.
on the unleashed
If
dog
you're in the woods,
owner.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I do it. I don't do it on a fucking sidewalk.
Okay.
If you're in the
well, look,
woods in a big park, it's fine. But
Leash
if
your
you're-
dogs.
If you
Leash
do
your
it,
fucking
if you do
dogs.
it on like a city park, you're
Have you guys
your
ever met
dog's
the
better.
person whose dog's off leash and they're just like cool about it? They're just like, oh hey, there's hey, he's just saying hi. Say fuck you, man.
Yeah,
Fuck
that's me.
you. Put
Agree.
your dog on the leash, Wes. All
Leash
right,
your
let's
dog.
get into it.
That's why
There was an
dog
in-
parks exist for people like
Sorry,
you
your
guys
dog
that-
is
that
emotionally not able to
can't
handle it.
put dogs on leashes for
You have
weird
like
reasons.
7 dogs. One of your dogs
No,
is
no.
probably
It's
not
definitely
emotionally
dude,
able to
unleashed
handle it.
people are the ones with the emotional problems. There's
Yes.
they have
I
a
agree.
weird thing
Yes.
about leashing their dogs. That's
Yes.
why they can't do it. They're the
Not
ones
me.
that are fucking
Yes.
weird. Like
Rules don't
everybody
apply to
else
me.
that puts their dog on a leash is fucking normal. The
Yes.
people that are like, no, I have to have it off
Preach.
leash. Like,
Preach.
dude, what's your problem?
Preach.
What's your fucking
Preach.
problem?
It's 'cause
Why?
I know my
Why
dog.
do you have to have it off
right.
leash?
Because it's a more enjoyable experience for her, and I care more
think
about
you
her than
fucking
I
know
care
your
about
dog.
you and your dog.
Yeah,
You
okay.
think you fucking know your dog. You think
You
you
cause
know
a
your dog.
horrible situation by being
no.
an
Fucking
elitist where
selfish.
It's the people that demand the off leash that is against the rules. That's like on the sign. That's the people who have a weird hang up about something.
Hey, can my dog swim in the public
There's
pool?
no sign where I go.
Dude, you don't live
Right,
in
well,
fucking
then it's
Montana. Okay,
You're not looking for the signs.
if you
No, I
live,
don't see the sign.
live in the middle of nowhere, take your dog off the leash. Otherwise, guess what? Even if it feels like the fucking woods, it's not the fucking woods.
Yeah, Austin, Texas is not Alaska. There's 3 million people and 6 million dogs here.
100 yards that way, there's a house. You fucking idiot. All right. I'm in the woods, so it's the.
There's nowhere in Austin, Texas where there isn't a shitload of people and dogs. You can't.
natural.
You can't go anywhere in Austin with an unleashed dog.
Well, people do hard in
Stevenson
Austin.
Nature Preserve.
Shouldn't.
It's not a fucking nature preserve. It's a fucking quarter acre of trees in between the houses.
Nature preserve.
It's a
like
preserve.
one house worth
Oh, there's
of trees.
Wes.
that
You see
wasn't cut
17
down.
dogs every walk you go on
No,
this
I don't.
nature preserve. Yes,
No.
you do. Yes,
No,
you
I don't.
do.
Absolutely
yes,
not.
You do.
You've never been back there. How do you know? You
I've
have no
been
idea.
back to your old house's nature preserve. There's
No.
always dogs back there.
There's a dog park, but when you go into the back, there's no dogs back there.
So Wes, at my old neighborhood, the tiny little track, walking track, leash on or off there.
leash on.
Okay.
All right. Well, look. So yeah,
Not in the
I guess
preserve though.
I guess it's a gray area.
In the
Here-
preserve, you're saying leash off. In the preserve.
Yeah, he
It's
leashes
also a
off.
tiny walking
It's
track.
called a nature preserve. You
Yeah,
can't.
but it's
nature.
It's vast. Yeah, it's a vast nature
not
preserve.
vast. It's like the size of 4 properties.
There's nowhere in
So
Austin where you
it's
can
so
unleash a
vast.
dog.
Wes can get there and back within 30 minutes on foot.
That's right.
Right.
All right, guys. Okay. The reason we're talking about this is because there was an incident that took place in North Vancouver that will surely have canine sociologists debating for years, what we just had a conversation about. Let me set the scene. So this is back on January 23, and Lisa Adams, who's a, quote, professional dog walker, was taking her A-side on a stroll through a North Vancouver wooded trail. And all of her clients were not restrained by leashes. 5 dogs, no leashes. You did hear that correctly. Pro dog walker.
What a
5
lazy
dogs.
dog walker. Yeah.
That's dumb.
Well, she's the professional here, Wes. All right, guys. So
didn't know those dogs.
there Lisa is with the 5 dogs. And at the trailhead, Lisa and her 5 leashless dogs ran into a couple who also had a dog.
I just
the
let them
leash.
go because they're free spirits, and I don't want to
Will, don't you let Coco off when you go on your mountain hikes? I've seen her. Don't you let her
Yeah,
off
dude.
leash?
When,
Yeah, Will
I'm
lives in the middle of
mountain
nowhere.
Park. Yeah, but it's different.
Okay.
Will
It's
actually
different.
lives in the middle of
Just
nowhere.
saying.
Austin's so different than the mountains in Reno. There's nowhere in Austin you can
It's
do
a trail.
this. Okay.
If there's a threat of your dog being
I have
attacked
her
by
on
a
leash most of the
coyote,
time.
you can
Yeah,
take your dog off the leash.
I can see somebody coming for like 300 yards in that park because it's mountains, and so if I see anybody coming, I put her on the leash.
Yeah, and Coco's like 12 pounds, and your dog's 86.
All right, save it. Let's get through the story. All right. So, guys, at the trailhead, they ran into a couple. And this couple, just to set the scene, they looked to be in their middle to late 30s. They were also walking their dog. The woman wearing a pink overcoat and a hat that you'd see like the singer of an Austin indie band wearing 10 years ago. And the man, who I describe as lumbering, was dressed from head to toe in brown, spread out over 4 different brown articles of clothing. I'm not even sure how he pulled it off.
So
Is that Versace? Is he wearing like Armani or?
I don't know.
Like what's that?
It's an all-over
It's a nice
print,
jacket,
monogram
yeah.
print.
Yeah,
It's like a
brown print jacket,
brown
he's a-
undershirt.
he's
It's a
brunette.
$300 jacket.
Yeah,
brown
nice
hair,
jacket
brown
he's got
eyes.
on there.
He has brown socks too.
brown shoes. Actually,
all
shoes
brown.
are black. Oh
shoes
my
are black.
god, what is
That's
he doing?
that's a you get upset when the dogs jump
Yeah,
on
no
the
wonder
outfit.
he's pissed. Look at
Yeah.
the jacket.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they also had their dog off leash. So there's 6 or so. They could have 2 dogs, but at least 6 leashless dogs commingling at the trailhead. And one of Lisa's 5 dogs saw a squirrel or has some sort of social anxiety disorder because that pup darted away from the pack and into the woods, and that didn't sit well with the composite color couple. Let's hear from Lisa, the dog walker, in her own words. And I want to note that she gave this interview, well, handling a leashed dog, just saying. Also, please listen for the Canadianisms. They're a delight.
The woman said something to me, and I said, oh, pardon? She said, don't ignore me, B, called me a B word. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear. You heard me. Put your effing dogs on a leash. And I was standing there like this. I'm going, I'm really sorry. I actually didn't hear you. What did you say? And she goes, well, I said put your dogs on a leash. And then it was, you're an effing B. You're a bitch. You're a this. You're that. And it was just constant. Wow. And so at this point I said, okay, I'm going to go this way with my dogs. And they said, well, we want to go that way. And I said, okay, well, then I'll go that way. Well, our dog's over there. I need to go. And she's just swearing at me and calling me names. And she pulls out her phone and says, I'm going to report you. And I said, you're welcome to make any report you like. The dogs are not doing anything wrong, and I'm not doing anything wrong. Wow. But I also don't come to work to be called names and harassed by you. And so I pulled out my phone. And it was in that.
Okay, so there we are, guys.
She was the dog walker?
It's that was Lisa. So it's a full-down fucking full-on showdown. It's a showdown, guys. You have Lisa with her 5 leashless dogs, and she's a hired gun, and you have
Leashless dog walker.
Then you have
the funniest.
you have
5 unleashed dogs.
You have brown man, and pink jacket lady. Also,
They must have been on a preserve. Well,
also with unleashed dogs, and both are yelling at each other to put fucking their dogs on a leash.
Yeah.
And it's a battle.
Yeah,
I mean, as you can
they're
tell,
worse than the
As
dogs.
Wes pointed out, their unleashed dogs are never the
you know what
problem.
it is? Exactly. Will,
It's always the
what it is
other
it's
person.
2
They don't know their
assholes
dogs.
ran into each other,
no
and now
idea.
it's mirror images. They're staring just right at their same asshole self in another person, and they can't handle it.
Yeah.
So, and that's further evidence by the fact that Lisa's like, we're going to go this way, and the couple's like, no, we're going that way. And then Lisa took her phone out, and then they took their phone
Yeah,
out.
they could be
It's a
best friends.
fucking showdown, guys. It's an absolute showdown. 6 dogs at least. And look, things got a little bit less polite than you'd expect from Canadian dog lovers. I'm going to play the next clip here, guys. In the first part, the first 15 seconds of this clip is the altercation that Lisa recorded on her phone, and you'll hear a little bit more about her harrowing experience. Let's get into it.
Don't come at me again. Don't film me. Come on.
I don't want you to have a photo of me.
Just leave. Get away from me.
Oh shit!
You swung at me.
Don't take a photo of me.
Don't fucking touch me.
I didn't swung at you.
Did you just swing at me? And he says, I didn't swing at you. And then he immediately swings at me right after that. He slapped really hard on my phone. And I actually squeezed so hard that last week I had bruising from how hard I was gripping onto my phone. And he grabbed me by both my shoulders and shoved me down.
She had hand bruising.
He just began pummeling me. 1, 2, 1, 2. And I could hear a crunching sound in the bush beside me. The black lab had actually like army crawled under the bush and was pulling on my coat to try to get me out from under this man. And that's when his bitch pulled him off of me. I just started screaming at the top of my lungs.
Get this Louis
I've
Vuitton
never heard that sound
jacket
come out of
wearing
me.
motherfucker.
Okay, this is the equivalent.
She
This is
the
the
worst
this is the
injury
equivalent.
was herself gripping the phone.
Yeah. She squeezed it too hard.
This is the equivalent. This is the equivalent of 2 baseball little league dads getting the fuck into it, and then their kids, the dogs in this situation, having
Breaking
to
up the
come
fight.
to
Yeah.
break up the fucking fight and throw water on them, guys. No,
Right.
I'm not kidding you when I say this. When I picked this story because I saw dog attack, 5 unleashed dogs, and I saw a 6-minute and 47 video, and I thought this is meaty as fuck, right? Guess what? Those first 15 seconds, that's it. That's all Lisa recorded. The other 6 minutes and 30 seconds is Lisa telling different stories, contradicting stories about how this man beat her mercilessly.
And
Lisa's like
herself.
friends with somebody at Canadian TV, and
Yeah. Yeah.
like, I want to get my side of this story out, and it's just a 7-minute explanation that makes
Well,
absolutely
dude,
no
so-
sense.
so-
'Cause she's a dog walker with no leash, walking 5 dogs.
The part I didn't include. So that story is that the dog pulls her out. The other story is that she fights the man off. Both are not possible.
Right.
right. This
That's twice her
behemoth
size. Yeah.
in the tan suit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's amazing.
all right, let's put the wheel up here, guys.
Don't take a photograph.
No, I don't
didn't
want to
swing
take
at
a
you yet.
photograph of me. I didn't fucking hit you, swing at you, bitch.
This is a swing.
You put your dog on a leash.
Dance, dance, dance.
Oh, shit. Well, I'll be back. Back with another coffee for you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah, drink it up.
Dip, double drip.
Drink it up. Anyway, weigh in on the poll if you're listening on Spotify, because
Leash versus
we
unleash.
want to know: leash versus no leash. Are you a fucking asshole, or are you
No leash.
you
Well,
just
also,
that good of a dog owner?
big time clarifiers. You're going to need multiple answer options there because you're going to need yes, no leash, all situations, leash, all situations. Then you're going to need the middle grounds.
I'll be right in this one.
Yeah.
Well, I think
And
it's
one more
Wes-
time, guys,
it's
to
Wes's
take you
night
out.
to
Here's
edit or pass.
Yeah, that's right. It is.
here's 15 seconds of delight.
He's gonna frame it. Yeah,
Here we go.
Do it, Mark.
Again. Don't
yeah.
film me.
You got to.
I don't want you to have a photo. Get away from me! Swung at me! Don't take a photo. Don't fucking touch me!
I didn't swung at you.
He's like German.
Yeah, he's not Canadian.
He's German. I didn't swung at you.
Swung at you?
I didn't swung at you.
Get out there, guys, and have a great fucking day.